Good morning! We are in a rush already. We are leaving. Where are we going?
Basel.
Fiala'a has a game there, and then we are going to meet
my
Samoan
guy there.
For the first time.
Yeah, for the first
he
time.
Lives there.
He lives there. He's been living there for 10 years now.
And he invited us there for the night to visit him and the family, so we can hang out.
Also, go around in the city.
Yeah! Day 2 in Basel. We came here because Fiala'a has been in contact with another Samoan guy for quite a while, and him and his family invited us for the weekend so that we could have met them. So we are staying in the house, and they're so lovely people. We just woke up, we are getting ready and hang out a little bit with them, and then we will go back home because Fiala'a has to work tomorrow. I'm going to show you something, because also here you can feel the Samoan vibes.
Yeah, can blow it down.
Baby shark, this one. Manina! Per favore, Manina. Boat tour, exciting. This city is unbelievably beautiful. I mean, look. So we arrived in this bar and they have this room just for kids. How amazing it is. Wow, Edlin!
Hello,
Hi!
my name is Connor Cruz. I was born in Samoa in 1980. I'm living here since quite a few years. I can't even remember how long, but long enough to be able to speak German and find my way around in this beautiful place.
Hi, my name is Linda. I was born in Budapest, Hungary, and I was raised here in Switzerland in Basel. And we met 2011, right?
Oh, was it 2011?
2 years later we had our first daughter Sina, and 3 years later we had Thor, our son, and we spent our life here in Basel.
At the moment, yes.
We are open to travel.
More or less.
How is to live with two different
How it
cultures?
is to live with two cultures. Well, most of the time I have the feeling she's an islander, but two cultures is also a blessing, I find. You have different perspectives in that, different outlooks. But I think down at the bottom we have pretty much the same values. So
We live like in 3 different cultures, you know, my Hungarian roots, your Samoan roots, or it's not even, and here in Switzerland you have, a third culture, and I think we have to get along with it, both of us.
finding ourselves, finding our identities, reinventing ourselves.
Yeah,
Not always easy, but that's part of life. Anyone who moves to a different country from somewhere else has the same struggles, I suppose. For me, it's mostly that I miss my family. I miss the environment I'm used to. Growing up on the islands, 19, 20 years. I left Samoa for the first time. Was a bit of a culture shock. I mean, moving to New Zealand and afterwards Australia. I'm half Australian, Irish, as you can see, a bit whitey. I'm undercover, I say often, because sometimes people don't realize I get spoken to in Italian, in Spanish, but most of the time I'm like standing there and I don't understand you, sorry. But it's been, I wouldn't say all easy. It's been
not always.
not always easy, and I think your husband has the same issues as well. Without realizing it, you lose yourself a bit, and that's also part of reinventing yourself. So
I think it's very important to find like a new identity as a couple and as a family. So it's also a big gift to put all these values together you have from your backgrounds and from your roots, and that's also very, very positive for the kids, because they grow up with an openness, and I think that's also the base that this relationship can exist, and that it can grow something bigger that you just accept from the bottom of your heart that there's a difference, and that it's okay that there's a difference in the way you see things, in the way you live, in the way you feel. That's not always easy, but it makes you stronger when you do.
I don't think you can expect from a partner to totally understand what you're going through, but when your partner accepts that something's not okay and recognizes it, I mean, that's also a part of the journey, is to recognize certain stuff and say, yeah, okay, I see it and I see you. I moved over here to Europe in 2003. So yeah, it's been a while actually, and I think for myself, I found really interesting is because I grew up speaking both English and Samoan, and growing up with my mentality and identifying my inner self as a Samoan, even though I look a bit European. That was also a struggle in itself a bit, because home Samoans or the brownies, they look at you and they're not sure sometimes. I mean, is he Samoan? Is he? But when I was there, it wasn't a question because I come from Popo, you know. I grew up totally the island style, more island than most islanders, I would say. Or lots of islands, you know, climbing coconut trees and all that stuff, and the identity, because I realized now here being in a new country that with learning a new language and having a new horizon, thoughts and ways of expressing oneself, that one thing that I've realized is that my Samoan language that's in there, it's so hasn't been touched, whereas English is I have problems sometimes to express myself in English because somehow the German vocabulary has taken over. For anyone who goes somewhere, I mean, and starts a new life, it's with your parents as well, coming here to Switzerland. It always depends on the, how do you say, the bindung,
connection.
the connection to where you come from. I mean, we all have that. Same for you when you went to New Zealand. I mean, you missed certain stuff as well. And
that's what I really appreciate about your culture, is that, you know, taking care, not just taking care of me because I'm your love, your wife, but taking care of the whole family, of the friends. It's like they're so accepted, they're just a part of you, and you give everything just to make them feel good or to help them, and that's something really big. What maybe it's also a bit my culture, my Hungarian roots, this just the family, you know, the importance of the family, what you don't experience much where we live here in Switzerland.
We're very blessed, I think your situation as well, that her parents, her family, I am part of that family, and I mean, that's a big thing for me. It helps me to be rooted here as well, to find my roots here. We forget to appreciate the small things in life, and the small things that we take for granted, and at one point can be also the wife herself. I mean, but we all have that. I mean, we get used to stuff, and you just tend not to give it the value it's supposed to get. I mean, the fact that you guys looked at the city where we're living and you say, wow, you know, those are the moments where I value, you know, you guys coming to visit us, and it opens our eyes as well.
And you also see that you're not alone with these challenging,
we share all the same
topics we go through in daily life. So
definitely,
developing identity, or just like a puzzle, you know, you just take from life what's worth living for, actually. Oh, that's such a nice ending.
Thank you so much, Linda and Connor, for speaking with such an open heart about your life and a subject so close to all of us. After this, for us, it was time to leave and go home. We had an amazing time with this beautiful family, and we can't wait to see them again. Thanks for watching, guys. If you are new, please subscribe to our channel.
What is
Thank you so much, guys. That was amazing.